All right, here we are at Canyonlands National Park, the final of the Mighty 5 Utah National Park. So we made it. So it's just Tammy and I on this. We're gonna go see Upheaval Dome. There is some disagreements on the geologists on whether it's a possible meteor crater or what they call a salt dome. You're gonna have to Google that. I did. But we're gonna go see what it looks like. We're not gonna walk the whole rim. It's like 5 or 6 miles all the way around. We're just gonna do a short little, I think it's like a little over a mile, just kind of go into a couple of different observation points to see the crater and the dome. So let's get on the trail. Okay, so that was Upheaval Crater. The wind up here is insane. We're at the top of a massive plateau. We're about 2,000 feet higher than Moab, Utah, which is just a few miles away. So we're on this giant plateau and we've got these winds gusting at like 40 knots. And it's brutal up there. If you don't have good footing, you're afraid you'll get blown right off the side of the mountain into the crater. But this park is absolutely desolate compared to the other parks that we've been to that had a lot of trees and they had a lot of rock formations, but there was still a lot of growth. There was there was stuff. This is just a plateau on the top of this rock formation, and you've got little juniper bushes and sage bushes and little bits of grass. I'm fairly certain there has not been a drop of rain for centuries on the top of this plateau. Just all this red sandstone for as far as the eye can see, with just the occasional outcropping poking up. So it's definitely interesting. We're gonna hit another couple of really quick short hikes. We're not overdoing it because we have to travel up to Salt Lake City tomorrow to fly home. So our adventure will finally be coming to an end. But yeah, it's definitely a wide different change from the other parks we saw. And even a big difference from Arches, which is 20 miles away. Arches had all these big, beautiful rock formations and obviously arches. But there doesn't seem to be a whole lot. We are going to stop and see an arch, and we're going to see some pueblos, or some Native American cliff dwellings that have been long since abandoned. So we'll see those. And then we have a special bonus video for you on the way back into Moab. We talked to one of the forest rangers, and there's a wall of petroglyphs, so we're going to stop and see that because Mrs. Hoosier Hiker here wants to see some petroglyphs. So we're going to go see that on the way back as a special bonus. But all right, we'll see you on the next trail. Okay, we are at the Aztec Butte trail. This is another short, I think if you hit both of them, it's about 1.5 miles. but these are Native American structures that were built hundreds of years ago by the indigenous Americans. They said the billboard said it was used for storage, it was used for ceremonies. Apparently they used to catch eagles up here. So there's two of them. We're going to go see the first one. Depending on how bad the wind is, we'll decide if we're going to see the second one, because these are good 40 knot. They're gusts, but sometimes they're sustained gusts, and it gets a little crazy here with the sand blowing around in your eyes. So let's go see some Native American structures. That's always cool. This is when you're in a plateau in the middle of Utah. There's nothing breaking the wind here. Okay, so here's the granary. These were storage units that the Native Americans built hundreds of years ago to store grain and other goods in the high dry desert. They've been here probably before European settlers had ever seen this place. And they would climb up here with all of their dry goods and store them in here. If these could tell their story, if they could speak, that the hands that built them and stored all their goods and came back year after year to resupply. This is cool. Okay, so we saw the granary. We didn't walk up the rest of the way to the butte. This wind is just kind of taking the fun out of it. Got a whole mouthful of sand. So we're gonna go take a look at a couple of outlooks, and then I'll go see Mesa Arch, and then we'll call it a day. So see you later.